There you go.
Show sessions. Eurotripper, Fort Myers, USA.
Hi, I'm Paul Barney. I'm the show organizer of Eurotripper here in Fort Myers, Florida. Well, I was real big into air-cooled Volkswagens in high school. So 13, 14, 15 teenager years, I had a bunch of air-cooled Volkswagens, and that's really where I really got into cars. Really got into being able to customize them and play with them. And I really got into actually the European look, the UK and European look cars, the way they were doing them. I like the tuck fitment better than I like the poke, and like big brakes. Looking at those cars a lot for inspiration. That's how I started really getting interested in the British shows. My real job, I go to Germany a lot because my company's in Germany. And so I started using my travels over to Germany to start to branch out and start to look at some of the European shows. And kind of that's just how it went from there. I started getting the idea to do my own show because we really didn't have anything down here in Florida. And I really thought it kind of silly. We have a pretty decent scene, but I really found it kind of silly that we were always having to drive pretty far north all the time just for any sort of event. And it was kind of funny, one day on VW Vortex, I was complaining about that in a group, and someone goes, quit complaining and do something about it, right? And I was like, all right, you know, how bad could it be? So this is what, ET4, and it's 2016, so our first one was 2012. I was really, like I said, though, right away after I got the GTI, I really started getting into shows, and I really started getting the idea to do it pretty early on. So I talked to a lot of other shows for quite a while, trying to kind of understand what the ins and outs of it were. Looking at locations for almost, I would say 18 months, I was just always, every time I drive somewhere, I'd be scouting out, trying to figure out if a spot would hold an event or not. And yeah, then finally one day I just signed a contract with the place and said, let's go for it. And that was a good event, really. I mean, it was a lot of fun. And we've always tried to be, you know, low key and fun and laid back. You know, the more I got into shows, the more I realized it was more about having fun and getting to meet people and maybe get an idea. I was never really into winning awards, and a lot of times I wouldn't even enter my cars. From the get-go, I wanted to also do some charity out of it. I'm a big animal lover, and I really like doing something positive with my extra efforts, so I run it all just to break even. Anytime the show was doing better, I put more back into it. You know, this year, big example of that probably, you know, I did good last year. I put it all right back into the show with doing the big stage, and I like doing banners and making it really feel, you know, like an event. I always try to go for the best venue I can afford. So, you know, we'd put a lot into our prizes, and I subsidize a lot of things, you know, bringing you guys out as an example, you know, anything I can do to pull it back into the event, I always think about, you know, trying to do that. To me, that's more fun than making a few bucks off of it. I'd like to be able to spread the wealth, get more people involved in it, you know. Well, in true British fashion, I bring the Brits over, and then comes the rain, because we've had gorgeous weather up until now. So maybe the British theme wasn't such a great idea, but it's good. We had a good for most of the day. It was good. You know, it's just at the end it really started to open up. But
water just everywhere.
Yeah.
It is. That's what I said, Jim. I was just like, it's just like Ireland. You know?
Yeah, right. Just like home.